right to a channel of light fluid. Welcome to Cienie. This is one I've been wanting to do for quite a while, but I've just now managed to find the time to do this. And if you're watching this on the day it comes out, reason I chose this one today is it's 7 years since I put up part 1 of Echo. Yeah, I've been doing 7 years of reading FENs on YouTube. I can't believe it either. But here we are with a new series starting. And of course this is set in Poland, and fortunately the devs have kindly provided some pronunciation guides, so if you are Polish I'm doing my best, but feel free to let me know if I'm off a bit. I do what I can with different languages. And as always, I'll put all the links to the Patreon in the description, and you may have seen that the one dev has been having some health problems, so a little more Patreon money always helps out with things like that, so go and check it out, and all the other links in the description, and you can find this on itch.io. There we go, that's all the information I think you'll require for now. So let's get into the story. A classic detective investigation about a deceitful stay-at-home husband who's been cheating on his poor, hard-working wife has finally reached its conclusion. We caught him red-handed, thanks to Tom's help. Alas, I can't say it was a pleasant case to work on, but it's one of those small, doable cases we both need at the moment to boost our spirits. It was a good idea to assign Tom to take these pictures. That kid has a knack for getting himself into deep waters, so I might as well channel that into something productive. Still, given what's been happening in this town recently, it's becoming a risky job for him. I pulled out the keys from my pocket, sliding it into the door's keyhole into my office. The office light's still on. Tom! The office looks tidier than usual, and perhaps Tom cleaned it up. Still, whenever he cleans up, he tends to leave office items in very odd places. I head down to the bedroom connected to the office. The door is slightly ajar. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd stayed here overnight again. Well, it's not much of a bedroom per se. There are only some really old wooden shelves and a trusty couch where I usually sleep. I take off my jacket and toss it onto the couch. The room is in a perpetual mess. That's fine, because I've made a mental map of where everything is supposed to be. For instance, these files that Tom was tasked with sorting out today. Even at a quick glance I can tell the most recent ones are missing. Oh no. Tom has been spending a lot of time poring over those. Maybe they're in the office. Sitting down behind the desk, I look through the pile to make sure the files aren't there. As I turn on the radio, it crackles a little before picking up a transmission of a news broadcast. I dig out the last cigarette from my breast pocket. I'll need to remember to buy more. Or I should quit smoking. Cheaper option. The police are still dealing with complaints over the botched investigations of the missing individuals in Sypniewo. The radio blares the voice of one of the townspeople being interviewed. It's been almost 3 years and we still know nothing. How long was the victims' families put up with the cops' incompetence? With a deep sigh, I turn off the radio. Police losing the trust of the people isn't uncommon anymore. Most officers rail at handling even the most routine tasks, and often put people in danger. I run my fingers through the files in the drawer. That case file isn't here. Did Tom take it? I take out my cell phone to dial Tom's number, but I realise the battery's already dead. At least the office telephone is always working. Hey, it's Tom. Sorry, but I can't answer right now. Please leave me a message. Damn it. I dial his house number instead. Hello. Carol, it's Marcus. Is Tom home? Wasn't he with you? He hasn't come back yet. Did he do something? No, nothing. Goodbye. I immediately returned the telephone handle back to its cradle. With keys in hand, I dashed downstairs. He probably thinks he's helping. I'm honestly afraid he might be making things worse. I head out of the building and hop into my car. Within moments, I'm speeding through the familiar streets of this seemingly tranquil town. My boots are now drenched, with the streets full of deep puddles in this rain, but I'm not going to budge. I keep peeking over the corner of the wall, waiting. The bull's in there. Trying to reassure myself, as all I can do now is wait. This is the place. The place our missing guy has been visiting recently. He'd been missing for a month, according to the file. Eventually came back and started acting strange, his mother told Marcus. Only to then disappear again. It's been 4 days since then, and this is the place he goes to every night. The gas station manager stated that Camille often just stands outside, almost if waiting for someone. Marcus got footage from the manager. After seeing it, the client confirmed it was his son. The real question is, of all disappearance cases, why is he the only one that came back? I mean, if someone wanted to vanish, they wouldn't be strolling around so nonchalantly. But did he want to vanish? Uncertainties fill my mind. I need to stay focused. With a deep breath, I try to quell my impatience. This persistent rain is wearing me down. Tempting as it is to check the time on my phone, I know it'll only heighten my frustration. My frigid and damp paws struggle to even hold the camera properly. It almost slips out of them. Ah, damn it. Just then, the wind chime sings. I rub the rainwater off my brows, trying to focus on the figure leaving the gas station. It's him. I spot his horns first, which match the ones in the pictures. There aren't that many bulls living in this town. It's definitely him. I snap a picture just in case. Keeping a safe distance to avoid being spotted, I start following him. Even having done this before, I get nervous. The pitter-patter of rain thankfully muffles the sounds of my footsteps. Although the tricky part is to avoid stepping in the puddles. The bull presents a towering figure, the streetlights casting a huge shadow behind him. I shift between different hiding spots, behind a lamppost, next to a row of flower pots, right behind an old bare tree. At this rate, I'm pretty much invisible. It's fun to think so, at least. At last, we arrived at a long stretch of road. As the bull stops, I dash into a nearby alleyway. But he starts walking again, only to stop a couple blocks down the street once more. And then again. Each time it seems like he's reached his destination, he instead lingers near some house before moving on. It's odd behaviour for sure. Maybe this is what his mother meant. Or is he onto me? He seems to thoroughly examine each place. But for what purpose? Marcus was told that Bull doesn't have many acquaintances in the town, or at least not ones he still keeps in touch with. Without knowing for sure, however, it could be reasonable to assume the houses might belong to those old acquaintances. It's definitely a lead worth checking. I'll have to run by the addresses later. Ensuring both the bull and the building are captured in the frame, I discreetly snap photos from different angles. Then I back off into one of the alleyways, just as it appears that he's heading towards a bus stop. There's only one bus passing through here at this hour, with its final stop in a nearby town. Is that where the bull is staying? I check my phone for the time. 22:36. If I remember the schedule right, the bus should be here soon. Before I can get any more shots, a familiar-looking car gently cruises from the opposite side of the road, accompanied by a droning noise. The driver slowly rolls down his window, revealing the German Shepherd's disgruntled stare as I hide my camera. "Get in." I simply smile back at him. Oops, busted. I hurriedly approach Marcus's car, but not before taking a quick glance at the bus stop. The guy's already gone. With the bus already there, I'm unsure if the bull did get on it. Either way, that bus is now speeding off to its next stop. The mood is quiet except the occasional roar of the car engine when Marcus presses the pedal. The raindrops falling onto the windshield sounding almost like the static noise you hear on TV. Marcus takes his sweet time before finally saying something with an exasperated sigh. "You know, I thought we were supposed to be working together here." Not having anything to say to that, I give him another awkward smile. "We discussed this already. I'm your boss." I doubt I can weasel myself out of this one. "Hey, I'm sorry, alright?" "Just because I also happen to be a friend doesn't give you a pass to take my stuff without asking." Being fired right now wouldn't really surprise me. "I know, you're right." "To be honest, I was expecting some excuses." "I can still come up with some." "No need." "You have them with you?" "The files? Yeah, in the bag." "You didn't get them wet, did you?" Marcus focuses on the road while holding his cigarette between his fingers. He occasionally puffs out smoke. "Nope, they're in a plastic cover." "Alright, you can drop them on the back seat." I nod, shifting around in the seat belts. I retrieve the case files from my bag. Following Marcus's request, I placed them in the back seat. "What made you take them? You knew I was going to find out." "It's a phone call from the gas station, shortly after you left. The manager, I think? You couldn't reach you on your cell phone." Marcus reaches into his pocket, pulling out his phone. It's dead. He said that Camille was there. "So did you learn anything useful?" He was acting strange when I was following him, inspecting some random houses in the neighbourhood. At first I thought maybe he's hiding in one of them. The German Shepherd fumbles around with one hand as he tries to plug in his phone, his ears twitching to signal that he's still listening. But that wasn't the case. Instead, he was just snooping around. I took some pictures of him. I relay all of my observations, mention the addresses of the places he's inspecting. Finally, I get Camille walking to the bus stop. He probably got on the bus? "If you mentioned it earlier, we could have followed it." "I was already leaving when you came." "Oh, never mind that. I'll check the photos soon. I'll personally handle the investigation. Alone from now on." "Come on, I want to help." "We already talked about this. You're supposed to do everything under my guidance, remember? That was the deal." "Yes." "You can't be playing detective. You don't have a license. As someone who studied law, you should know you could get a fine or jail up to 2 years. I sigh, looking out the window. Can't see much in this heavy rain. As annoying as it is, he's right. And you know I'm not doing this on purpose. You're good out there. Reckless, but good. Thanks. I rest my head against the window. The punishment must be handed out. You're going to sort files in the back room. I could even get through one of the shelves. As much as I'd love to do that, unfortunately tomorrow's my shift at the shop. Didn't I send you my work schedule? Marcus points to his charging phone. You probably did. Can't say I looked at it yet. Well, I guess you'll get a little break. The files aren't going anywhere, unless you plan on taking them again. His lips curve into a cheeky smile, his tail thumping on the seat. He sure is happy with himself. Ha ha, I get it. So, how did you find me? Well, you took a specific file, and that was the last case I mentioned to you, and then Nah, I just drove round town till I spotted you. Oh, why? Well, I expected trouble. Luckily it didn't come to that. Will you tell the cops about Camille? No. Since this guy didn't really disappear, I doubt they'll get involved. I see. He's not wrong. The cops barely involve themselves with anything here, with the constant excuse that they're spread too thin. They were on high alert after the first few disappearances, but those cases went cold too. Hey, cheer up, bud. We'll figure it out. Marcus pats me on the back. It takes him a moment to realise how soaked my fur is before he takes off his paw and wipes it on his trousers. I let out a chuckle as he tries to recover from that silly blooper. Alright, let's get you home quick. You're soaking wet. The last thing I want is my car to smell like a wet cat. Oh yeah, as if wet dogs smell any better. Give him a smile before turning my head to look out of the window again, my house now in sight. Anyway, I will involve them as soon as I know more. Alright. As we stop at the front, Marcus suddenly grabs my wrist firmly, almost as if trying to pull me back into the car. Before you go, after last time, is he? Not since you broke his nose. Alright, good. Just checking. I nodded him as I exit the car, leaving my camera bag on the seat. Don't worry about the camera. I'll transfer the photos and return it to you later. That's fine. See you around, boss. As the rain finally subsides, I stand there and wave at him. I guess when it comes to detectiving, I'm going to be stuck behind the desk. As I step inside, a familiar scent greets me, but it's not exactly a fragrance I long for. The air is thick with the putrid stench of alcohol, hanging heavily in every corner of the house. I lock the front door. The TV is still on, broadcasting a live football match. It's the World Cup qualifier, Poland versus Kazakhstan. I briefly wonder who'll win, but I'm not about to stay to find out. Dad, an oversized and lethargic old cat, is passed out on the couch in front of the TV. I reach out and switch it off, silencing the constant stream of noise that serves as the backdrop to our lives. An empty can of beer and a half-empty bottle of vodka lie on a table next to him. There are at least 3 more cans on the floor. This isn't the first time I've seen him like this. Won't be the last either. I simply ignore the mess and head upstairs. With each step I take on the creaky wooden stairs, I'm conscious of the need to tread lightly so as not to disturb the slumbering beasts downstairs. As I enter my room and flip the light switch, a sense of relief washes over me. Finally home. This room is the only place in the house where I have any semblance of normalcy. My desk is stacked full of comics, newspaper cutouts and notes. A bottle of my meds is next to the stationery. I forgot to take them today. Oh, stupid of me. I take the pill and swallow it quickly while stashing the bottle into the drawer. Not today, demons. I should probably charge my phone. I give myself a pat down, and that's when I realise my phone's missing. Shit, where is it? Maybe I left it somewhere. I rummaged through my pockets one last time, finding nothing. I probably put it in my camera bag, meaning Marcus has it. Whatever, it's fine. I can wake up without an alarm, no problem. I'm screwed. I take off my wet clothes and hang them on the radiator, then put on briefs and a t-shirt to sleep in. Instead of lying down, though, I keep glancing at my desk. I just can't help myself. I know Marcus said he'll take care of things, but... I pick up my notes, try and see if there's anything I've overlooked about the bull. Camille's disappearance. Descriptions: name, Camille Novak. Gender, male. Age, 26 years old. Nationality, Polish. Species, bull. Height, 189 centimeters. Weight, 90 kilos. Features white horns with gold rings, black hair, bluish-grey fur, purple eyes. Last seen Creaking Pines gas station. Missing since 25th of August 2016. Additional note. Came home after disappearing for a month. Disappeared again 4 days later. Police didn't entertain the second report from his mother. According to the owner and workers, he often stands outside. Sometimes buys cigarettes before leaving. Footage shows him there many times after his disappearance. His mother confirms that it's him in the footage. New notes? Was found inspecting random houses. Need to check those houses later. Camille's mother told Marcus they are really close. And that he was unhappy, but he always talked about it with her. He struggled to find the job and it weighed on him. His mother supported him regardless. Camille started leaving the house at weird hours, coming back the next day or really late at night. Then she received a phone call. He said, "I'm sorry," following which he disappeared. Now a month later he's back, waiting for someone or something at that gas station. And inspecting some houses. Definitely sounds like he got mixed up in something shady. Maybe he was or is associated with a dangerous group of people. That would make sense, considering the phone call Mrs. Novak received. Maybe he wanted out, and they didn't want to let him leave. If that's the case, it would mean the houses are, what, a target for something? Now that I know which places he was observing, it might be easier to learn something. I write down the addresses of the houses he inspected. A quick yawn escapes me as I scribble on the paper. I should be in bed. My other work starts early in the morning. Gathering the scattered notes on my desk, I stack them into a neat pile. Then I flop into bed. Lying there, I realise I still need to turn off the lights. Bed is so comfy though. I groan into my pillow, trying to gather all the strength I have left to get up and turn it off. Before I can do so, a noise makes me jump. It sounded like it came from the corridor. I look to my door, expecting Dad to enter. When he doesn't, I get up from my bed, opening the door and glancing out into the dark hallway. Seeing nothing, I shuffle back into my room and lock the door. I've no idea why I did that, but it does make me feel a bit safer. I turn the lights off and slip back into bed. I lie there in pitch darkness, trying to discern where that sound came from after all. Part of me hopes I just imagined it. Wouldn't be the first time. Just then, it happens again. I look around, barely moving my body. It appears to be coming from outside. I slowly get up and approach the window. The darkness makes it hard to spot anything. It takes my eyes a bit of time to adjust, but as they do, I spot a figure standing outside. In a rhythmic fashion, it kicks my wooden fence, stands still, and then does it again. The horns and clothing. Is that Camille? What the fuck? As he stands there, now motionless, I try to get a better view. He suddenly turns around, focused on the forest behind, and for a moment it looks like he's talking to himself. A sharp pain pierces my head as the floor beneath me comes shaking and uneven. Camille looks straight at me. The ball blurs into and out of my focus. My gaze is locked. I'm completely petrified. My shoulders tighten while I hold my breath. It's too late to hide now. He knows I'm watching. He must have seen me follow him. Fuck. Part of me wants to back away from the window and go back to bed. To pretend this is just a bad dream. But I can't. It might be my only chance to learn something. Despite all my instincts screaming at me not to do this, I open my room window. We stare at each other in silence for what feels like an eternity. In the end, I lose the staring contest and decide to speak up. Who are you? What are you doing here? Not knowing how much he knows, it's probably safer to play dumb. You shouldn't have done that. My body freezes again. His voice is hoarse, rough, as if he's just finished a marathon. When I struggle to get a proper response, the bull keeps staring back at me. Feels like his eyes are piercing right through me. I don't know what you're doing here, but... Do you see them too? What? He doesn't respond, but keeps his gaze on me. There's only an agonizing silence. Feels like forever before he turns around and simply walks away. I want to yell after him, but I can't. All I can do is stare at his back as his form fades into the darkness. As soon as he disappears, my motor function returns. I back off from the window, closing it. The pounding in my chest slows down as I sit on my bed. The fuck was that? There's something seriously wrong with this guy. I should call Marcus. Right, my phone's gone. With a deep breath, I lie down, facing the window. Almost as if I'm expecting him to be out there again. One question lingers on my mind. He obviously saw me follow him, but how did he find me? Trying to think of every possibility, my mind begins to spiral. He didn't follow us. That would be impossible, right? Then, does this mean he already knew where I live? And if so, does that mean he knows something about Marcus and me? My mind racing with questions that I can't answer is draining though. Before I even realise it, I am out. I wake up to a sharp, almost blinding light coming from my window. I wish what happened yesterday had just been a dream at this point. Sadly, it wasn't. What do I even do now? I grab some fresh clothes and stumble out of my room to head to the bathroom. It's hard to get the image of the bull staring me down out of my mind. I should visit Marcus and tell him what happened. Then again, I should probably not skip work at the shop. I need the money. After taking care of my basic hygiene, it's time to face the real beast. I get downstairs and bump into the empty cans and the rubbish strewn across the floor in the living room. Annoyed, having forgotten about the mess down here, I kick one of the cans. I just need to make sure I've got everything before I head off. I don't have time for breakfast. Only have to put on my shoes to realise they're on the wrong feet. Good job, detective. Can you be more quiet? My head is throbbing. So, like every day? After tying my shoes, I hurriedly get up on my feet and put on my jacket. Don't you have work today or something? Don't be smart. But yeah, I do. Heading off in an hour. Dad glances at the clock as if to make sure his statement is correct. Right, well, I'm already late, so I'll be heading out. He looks at me but quickly walks towards the fridge, which contains nothing, aside from, well, booze. Head into the shop. Yeah. Dad takes out a can of beer, opens it and takes a sip before speaking. Really? Are you really going to drink before work? I think of it as my morning coffee. Right. Do whatever you want then. I grab the door handle. Oh, wait. I flare my nostrils as I turn around at him. What? He sits down by the kitchen table, putting his beer down. You have to work with Marcus so far. Good. Well, that's good. I would have thought you'd follow in her footsteps. Sorry, I gotta go. Super late already. The knock on the door catches me off guard. The first thought that hits my mind is that the bull is outside my door. Aren't you going to open it? I look at him, then back to the door, before swinging it open. A familiar German shepherd greets me. Hey there, bud. You left your phone in the camera bag. He pulls it out of his pocket and waves it in front of me. I know you just can't live without it. Your knowledge truly knows no bounds. I snatch my phone away from his paw. But thanks. Indeed, you saved my hide. All right. While your phone was in my possession, Anna called twice. I ignored the first for privacy reasons. But when she called the second time after, I picked it up. She said you're on your own for a few days and she's off with a girlfriend. Shit. It's this week? I forgot about that. All right, yeah, the Occult Fest or something. She mentioned it before. I can only groan at the news. Of course she goes on break on a Monday. Well, whatever happens, I'm sure you'll do just fine. Dad approaches us, locking eyes with Marcus and a stare down. Marcus? Carol? Marcus and Dad may have been friends once, but not anymore. This is the last thing I need right now. It's too early for this. What are you two talking about? Nothing. I'm heading out. All right. I shut the door behind me and shove Marcus forward. Everything gives me a concerned look. I let him go and keep walking farther and farther away from the house. Not a bribert, but what was that about? What do you mean? You basically shoved me out the door. Marcus puts his hand on my shoulder, stopping me, and looks towards the house. Did he do anything? Oh, no, not at all. You sure? Well, it's just... Marcus probably noticed the hesitant cadence in my speech by now. His canine ears are perked up like satellite dishes. I'm having a hard time talking to him. Oh, I'd say that's normal after what happened. Marcus leans forward, his brows furrowed in genuine concern. I stare back into my reflection in his ocean blue eyes. A deep sigh escapes me. It's nothing, really. It just feels like whatever we had as a family is gone with Mom. I'm not going to mention that to him. Your father's a stubborn man. I doubt he wants to openly talk about what happened. So he drowns it in liquor. I tried countless times to reach out and talk to him about what happened to Mom. Yet each time was met with silence, a refusal to talk. Well, the rumour is still going around too. Do you believe what people are saying? I know he'd never hurt her. Listening to the neighbours gossip about whether he might have done something to Mom was hard enough. People have already made up their mind about who my father really is, even though they have it all wrong. So does the police. They found nothing on him. The police aren't going to act on some rumours. Never mind. To be honest, they don't act much at all. That's true. Anyway, sorry, I didn't want to bother you with my problems today. Oh, not a worry. If you ever need to talk, I'm all ears. Like you always are. Oh, let me just... His rigid ears suddenly droop down. Okay, now that just looks like you're not even paying attention. Marcus lets out a chuckle, bringing a tiny smile to my face. Then I remember one important thing I've yet to mention to Marcus, the nighttime visit from the bull. I feel like I'm about to be grounded from fieldwork even more now. There's one other thing. I'll just get straight to the point. Sure, what is it? Camille was outside my house yesterday. Marcus's brows wrinkle as his gaze locks with mine. Tom, that's not funny. Didn't you say he went on the bus? I said I thought he did. Clearly he didn't. Are you alright? How did he find you? What did he want? Did he say anything? Marcus bombards me with questions, but then stops himself, falling silent to finally give me a chance to explain. I heard a noise outside my window, and when I looked there I saw him. Whenever I blink for just a second, I see his vacant stare piercing through me. When he spotted me, I tried to ask him a few questions. Didn't really answer any. That's concerning. He just said, "You shouldn't have done that," and asked if I could see them too. No idea what he meant. You'll have to be really careful from now on. I'll contact Ego. So, you're involved in the police after all? No, just him. He's still part of the police, though. And Tom? No more investigating this. Don't make myself clear. Well, I can't say I'm surprised, but it still feels like a punch to the gut. All right. Well, I'll keep you updated, so keep your phone handy, and don't leave it somewhere again. Yes, sir. I gave him a smirk and a salute, trying to lighten up the mood. His brows are still deeply furrowed. Well, let me drive you to work. Sure, that's pretty far from your place. Well, that's fine. 5-minute drive won't kill me. We both get into his car. Neither of us really says anything throughout most of the drive. I keep wondering about Camille and what he could have meant. A part of me is really hoping I won't run into him again. It's a pretty short and uneventful ride. This saves me about 20 minutes walking. I'm already late as it is, which is my own fault. Marcus's fingers drum against the wheels. He briefly inspects the rearview mirror before glancing at me. After your shift, maybe we could grab some hot cocoa? We could, but I thought you hated chocolate. Well, yeah, I get you cocoa and a coffee myself. Dark and brooding, just like me. Wow. Honestly, the only thing dark and brooding about you is your dirty car. It looks like I'm being kidnapped. His tail wags as he chuckles. A faint smile again curls on my lips. On approach to the shop, I take out the key from my pocket as Marcus stops the car. Thanks for the ride. Don't mention it. I'll see you around. And Tom, be careful. I don't know if Camille's going to try and do something again. Alright, I'll try my best. I open the car door and head out. Looking around, I don't spot anyone waiting. Good, no customers yet. I head to the back and pause, trying to find the key that opens the back door. Ah, gotcha. So I slide the key into the keyhole. I hear footsteps from behind me. A short old fox is approaching, leaning on a cane and wrapped in thick winter clothing, despite the mild autumn weather. Took you long enough, boy. I've been waiting here for an hour. I glance quickly at my phone, surprised. There's no way that I'm that late. It's now 8:20. I sigh. Sorry to be waiting for that long, but we normally open at 8. Well, I waited long enough then, don't you think? My old bones can't handle this cold. It's a warm 18 degrees. At this point, I'd rather be dealing with Camille. I turn back to the door, give the key a final twist, and head inside. Please wait in front. This is the back entrance. Workers only. Oh, now I'll have to wait even. I lock the door in her face. I can hear her muttering something to herself. I hate customer service jobs. But then again, who doesn't? Having put my bag down on the table, I head to the storeroom. There are tons of items for me to unpack and shelve. It's going to be a busy day. I can see the old woman through the glass, her face almost pressed against it. She really can't wait to get in, can she? It almost feels scarier than what I experienced yesterday. I flipped the close sign to open, then, opening the door, I tried to give the old lady a smile. She just turns her head in the other direction, disappears between the shelves. She clearly likes me. It's definitely my natural charm working its wonders. I walk through the shop, checking which aisles need to be restocked. When I glance towards the cash register a couple of minutes later, the old woman is standing there, tapping her fingers on the counter impatiently. I rush back. Yeah. Can you tell me why the price of this milk is so much higher than that one? They're both from the same brand. I give her a confused look. One is low fat. The other one, the more expensive one, is full cream. I think it's like 20 groszy more, ma'am. I'll take the cheaper one. And do you have today's Gazeta Polska? Oh, we don't sell it here. What? Why not? My boss doesn't like propaganda, I'm afraid. Nonsense. Do you have any other respectable newspaper? If by respectable she means right-wing shit, then she is in for a surprise. Let me check in the back. The woman's gaze shifts to the room and then back to me, her expression growing more annoyed. Please be quick. Of course. It's my own fault for being late, so maybe she has the right to be a little angry. Then again, people like her are here all the time, regardless whether I'm early or late. As I shift some boxes around, I find a note from Aliash. Hey there, Kitty. I heard you're on your own for a few days. If you need a shoulder to cry on, we could go out somewhere. You know my number. Call me. Ali. I can barely read that thing, but it makes me chuckle. He always finds a way to brighten my day. Aliash and I have been friends since childhood. He'd already been working as a delivery guy long before Anna hired me to work here. We've had trouble meeting up since he now lives with his father. I don't think that man likes me very much. Before I can dwell on that, though, I hear the old woman cough, loudly. I eventually find the stack of today's newspapers, place them next to the cash register. Here you go, ma'am. She glances at what I brought with disgust, tossing some of the newspapers aside as she looks at the pile. Nothing good. I guess I'll take the Super Express. All right, here you go, ma'am. Thank you. She nods at me and pulls out a wallet while I include the price of the newspaper in the total. That'll be 15 złota and 59 groszy. She just hands me the exact amount. She'd already counted how much it cost beforehand. Not that I'm complaining, since it makes my job easier. I thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day. She nods without saying anything and heads out the door. Finally, alone and in peace. Time to take care of some unpacking business. There are plenty of items on the shelves that need to be restocked. Everyday household items like soaps, shampoos, paper towels and stationery. And then, tucked away in the corner of the storeroom, a peculiar box filled with an array of bizarre-looking trinkets. I'm pretty sure that's for Anna's curio section. I look at the door to that part of the shop. It's always funny to me that she sets it here of all places. All those religious folks coming in to buy some hot buns, only see Anna selling occult trinkets and offering tarot readings. Priceless. The day proceeds smoothly. There are customers here and there between my restocking. At times I even manage to forget about the bull. That thought always comes back. With the shop now empty, it's time for some shopping of my own. Not being that hungry, I only grab some essentials: potatoes, bread, ham, and some cheese. As I scan to pay for my items, the door chime rings. 4 men enter, dressed in rather dapper attire. I don't think I've seen them before. Welcome. My eyes are drawn to one of them, a wolf with scars across his face and a missing eye. Another one, a deer, approaches the counter, while the rest are looking around. How can I help? We're looking for someone. Okay. Who? We were told this is his shop. Something isn't right. This is Anna's shop. I try to keep my gaze focused on the man in front of me, for in the corner of my eyes I see the rest of them wandering all around the shop, making me nervous. Another guy, a wolf, goes back to the storeroom. As I raise my hand to call out to him, the guy in front of me just shakes his head and snaps his fingers at me. I'm talking to you. Who the fuck are these people? Pay attention. Sorry. We're looking for Otto Oginski. Oh, they're looking for Otto, Anna's brother. You've seen him? Despite their fancy appearance, they emanate a really ominous vibe. I need to decide how to handle it. I've no idea who these people are. Hey, What are you gawking at? Answer the question. The wolf approaches the deer, laying his hand on the deer's shoulder. Calm down. Let the boy speak. I'm out of time. Well, it's not Otto's shop, it's Anna's, and these guys look very, very, very dubious. So on the safe side, less trouble. They look dangerous. I'm sorry, Otto. But if they're trouble, I'd rather avoid it, given how much I already have going on. Telling them half-truths is enough. Maybe they're just some lost business partners. I haven't seen him today. The deer's eyes bore into me with intense scrutiny. I can't help but turn my own gaze away to avoid his stare from time to time. Really? Yes, can I ask what this is about? No, we'll be the ones asking questions here. Was he here recently? No, he rarely visits this place. The shop is run by his sister. Anna? Yes. Shit, know about Anna too. Yet they straight up said Otto's the owner of the shop just now. The wolf steps up in front of the deer. They know where we can find him. Well, maybe he's at home. He isn't. Where else? I know he's working at a lumber mill near town. The man casts a curious glance at me as he smiles. Wait, they didn't know about the lumber mill? How? Oh, why are you looking for him? That shouldn't concern you. Well, I asked, so I suppose I am concerned. And just tell him we're looking for him, if you see him first. I feel like there's a lump stuck in my throat as he says that. I just nod as he turns to his men, motioning them to all gather near the door. In any case, thank you for the information. I learned nothing from them. Shit. The door chime rings as the door opens for them. Watch it. One of the men suddenly yells out, snapping back to reality. A quick look at the commotion. A hyena seems to run into the men. Is that Aliash? The hyena pats himself off, then fixes one of the men's collars, and I finally get a full look at his face. Instead of Aliash, it's his younger brother, David. I still can't believe my eyes. After 6 years without a word, he's back. I'm really sorry, sir. Let me fix it for you. Out of our way, punk. Sure, sorry. Have a great day. As the men storm off, the hyena stands there, watching them leave. Then, with a wide smile on his face, he quickly approaches me. Tom, I'm so happy to see you again. Oh, it's been years. Nothing comes out of my mouth. I just stare at him like I'm always seeing a ghost that's been haunting my mind for years. Tom, hey, are you there? Seeing him with his round doe eyes and dumb-looking smile somehow makes my blood begin to boil. It's been 6 years. I gently massage my temple, trying to quell the burning sensations that crawled up my head. Before it goes too far and erupts from my mouth in a fiery speech to David. 6 years since you left without a word. Yeah. A lingering silence envelops both of us as we look at each other, except the incessant tapping of my fingertips on the counter. Seeing him again should make me happy. I feel nothing like that. Man, I'm sorry, but I couldn't really be in touch. Family stuff. Are you kidding me? Family stuff? That's a terrible excuse, especially when you ignored Aliash as well. After David left, without a word, I had no idea what happened. Nobody would tell me anything. His father only mentioned that David left for Germany with his mother. Otherwise, I would end up thinking he was yet another disappearance. He getting mad at me over my brother. Of course I'm mad at you over him. You hurt him. Fuck, Aliash just shrugged it off and said he deserved it, but I know it hurt him. In truth, Aliash spoke very little about this whole thing. Hell, I practically had to pry him open so he'd talk to me. All he could talk about was the rest of his family, and that he didn't want to abandon his father. I mean, the choice to stay with our dad was his. You're impossible. I went with Mom because she needed me, Aliash stayed with Dad because he was needed there. We both made a choice. It's easier that way. Easier? You're brothers. Your parents' divorce shouldn't stop you from keeping in touch. I couldn't... What? David's chest puffs up as he clenches his jaw. A short, dejected sigh escapes his mouth. I just couldn't stay in contact, okay? I don't want to argue about that right now. I just wanted to see you. Fuck you. You don't get to say that. Tom, I'm sorry. Sorry? That day I felt like I lost both of my friends. You were just gone. And Aliash changed. He's cold, distant. Anna and Otto were still here, but it wasn't the same. After I left for uni, things just moved on. I didn't hear from either of you. How do you think that felt? Probably won't count for much. I'm really sorry. I'm back now. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why are you here? Would it be hard to believe I said I came back to fix what I broke? And win my friends back? What if your friends moved on and didn't need you anymore? Guess I'll keep trying to regain their trust. I stare deep into his eyes to sense any hint of deception. They say the eyes never lie, but David has always been good at lying. What about Aliash? Was he happy to see you? You're not going to let this one go, are you? Not really, no. Well, I haven't talked to him yet. What? The hyena sighs deeply. I will, though. I suppose I'm just unsure to do this after so long. Well, you've never been one to back down from an adventure. Did he talk to you after you came back? Yeah, he technically works as our delivery guy now. Oh. Yeah. Alright, well, don't get mad, but after I meet Aliash, if you'd even want to see me, do you want to go out somewhere with me to catch up and all? I'm kind of exhausted today. I just want to know more about what you've been up to, the gist of it at least. I'll pay for the food and you can order whatever you like. Before I can respond, a new customer enters. David's ears perk up. Welcome, let me know if you need anything. The customer nods, taking a few things quickly, quiet apart from a thank you and a goodbye. Meanwhile, David waits for him to finish before he turns to me again. Please say yes. I don't know if I want to deal with all that right now. And by that, I mean you. No point when you could just vanish again. All right. Nah, I'm staying for good. My parents' old house is mine now. There's not much left for me in Germany. Well, Mom's old house. Huh? I'm going to tell you more if you agree to meet tonight. He smiles like he's proud of his offer. I'm not promising anything. Alright, I'll talk to Ali first, then ask you again. Well, I'm glad at least you understand. Yeah, I got you. Mind if we exchange numbers? I nod and take his phone to tap out my number while he does the same on mine. I'll be heading off then. Got a lot of catching up to do. Hopefully we can see each other tonight. Maybe. David just smiles and gives me 2 finger guns, followed by some pew-pew sounds as he leaves. Watching him walk out and down the street through the dusty shop window makes me feel uneasy. Him being back at all is surreal. I don't know what to make of his return. My mind races to search for some closure. His unexpected presence has stirred a mix of emotions within me like a storm brewing inside a cup of tea. Yet I can't seem to grasp a single tangible emotion from it. Should I feel happy that he's finally back? Or mad that he simply assumes he can slip back into our lives if nothing had happened after he left? Regardless, perhaps the passage of time has carved a deep rift that separates David and me over all these years, making me feel detached from this whole situation. I just wouldn't even navigate the awkward terrain of our suddenly renewed connection. Is it even worth a try? Despite my lingering thoughts about what just happened, the rest of the day unfolds seamlessly. The flow of customers coming in and out blurs into a breathing tide that oscillates between time of bustling activity and tranquil lulls. Every now and then, some guy coming in reminds me of that group of men looking for Otto, while the departure of another brings my thoughts back to David. The sky shifts into a darker hue, bringing along gusts of cold wind. I'm deeply fixated on the line of spruce trees outside waving at me. Some branches that sway and bend a bit too hard begin to snap with a resounding crackle. I pack my things and lock the shop, making sure to check everything one last time so I don't leave anything behind. I look up at the rolling mass of grey clouds looming overhead. The wind is now tugging at loose leaves and tousling my fur. With my house now in sight, I'm surprised to see a giant softy of a bear sitting on my front stairs. Is he here to talk because of what happened at the shop earlier? Fuck, I hope I didn't mess things up for him. Either way, we exchange smiles as Otto lifts himself up and dusts his pants off. Hey, Tom. He extends his paw for a handshake. I look at him and then at his hand, confused. Why so formal? Oh, sorry. Otto just smiles awkwardly, clearly embarrassed. Hey, you're fine, big guy. I was just joking. I grab his paw with mine and we exchange a handshake. With the size of this man, my hand just disappears. Have you been waiting long? Oh, not long. He puts his hands in his pockets, then pulls them out, folding them on his chest. Is everything okay? Oh, yes, I mean... Want to come inside? I'll make some tea. I take out the key from my pocket and move past him towards the door. I'd rather talk here if that's okay. That's fine too. So, what's up? Oh, I don't really know where to start. Take your time. He plants his butt back onto the stairs and sighs. I sit next to him, waiting. Otto was never good at opening up, so all I can do now is give him time. We sit there for a few moments before he turns to me. Oh, sorry for taking your time. Yeah, it's actually quite nice to just chill right now. I try to give him a reassuring smile, and he returns one in kind. It's just... I was wondering. Yeah? Since Anna's gone, I thought maybe you'd want to come visit my parents with me tomorrow? Oh. Will there be favocchi? Otto chuckles. I playfully poke him in the shoulder. Well, if I tell my mom that's your requirement, I'm sure she'll gladly make them. She said she misses you visiting. The bear sighs and looks at the ground. Things have been really busy lately, huh? Yeah, but I'd love to come visit them with you. I'd never say no to free food, nor to Otto for that matter. You will? Oh, great. What time tomorrow? Otto seems to think over his answer. Did he think I'd decline? Oh, 5 p.m. should work fine. Is that okay with you? If not, we can change the time to... That's fine with me. He smiles widely, throwing his arm over my shoulder. And it's settled. How are your parents? Oh, fine. Mom was obsessing over you coming for dinner, which you already know about, so I thought I'd ask. As for Dad, he wants to put a second ramp and a basketball hoop so he can slide and play in the house in his wheelchair. That's... cool? I doubt your mom will agree, no? Well, she already told him no, but he keeps doing his stuff. Sure sounds like it. How about you? I thought you declined my offer instantly. I'm alright, but why did you think that? Oh, with your dad quitting his job. For a moment I thought I misheard. Did he just... Wait, what did you say? Your dad, quit his job? No way. When? Oh, 3 days ago. There was some argument with his co-workers. After that, he just quit. You didn't know? I'm sorry. No, it's not your fault. Don't worry. I feel like I'm about to burst through our house door and kick his ass. I don't want Otto to see that. I'll manage. 2 jobs, remember? I'm a detective now. Well, kinda. I give Otto a thumbs up while he rubs his temple, letting out a dejected sigh. Tom, please. I'm glad Marcus hired you, but does that job even pay well? Well, not yet, but we had a breakthrough with the case, so I should get a decent amount of money soon. Hopefully it all works out. If you ever need anything, let me know, okay? Sure, I will, and thank you. Without a word, he lurches toward me for a hug, squeezing me as my small body melts into his. What's that for? Wait. I can't say I didn't miss the warm and soft feeling of a hug, but Otto sometimes overdoes it. You're crushing me. I'm sorry. Totally fine. I massage my sides. Hopefully nothing is broken. Otto looks at me awkwardly, as if he has no idea what to say. So, how was your day at the shop? Strange things happened. Oh? Well, for starters, David is back. Oh, that's good. Who knows? The second thing is weirder. Oh, yeah? 4 men came to the shop, all dressed up, as if they'd just come from a fancy finance job. Led by some wolf fella. They asked about you. Did you tell them anything? Yeah, they didn't look like the friendliest of the bunch, so I told them bits and pieces. Sorry. Oh, that's okay. You did what you had to. I tried to play it off like I knew some basics. It didn't make sense for me to know you, even if I mostly deal with Anna. Otto's saddened expression makes me feel like I've been punched right in the gut. I mostly did it to save my own hide. I'm sorry. I expected the big bear to look disappointed or scared, but instead he smiles through his sadness. Hey, don't worry about it. I don't expect you to lie for me, so it's all good. Though, if you don't mind me asking, what did you tell them? I told them to check your place first. They said you weren't there, so I mentioned where you were. That's all. Otto lets out a deep exhale. I'm sorry you had to deal with this. No problem. But who were they? Otto gazes at me for a brief moment, his lips seal tight. His eyes then start shifting around, avoiding direct eye contact. Just about to say something, he hastily interjects. They're, a man who I didn't manage to deliver orders to. I'm pretty sure they wanted to check if I'm still able to do it. Nothing to worry about. If they were your clients before and they know where to find you? I don't know. Maybe they forgot. I raise my eyebrow at him. He's obviously lying, though I doubt prying would help anything. All right. Sorry, Tom, but I gotta go. I need to make sure the rest of the men aren't burning my company down. Sure, of course. So, tomorrow, if that's cool with you. Oh yeah, I'll definitely come. He leaves rather quickly, waving goodbye while I wave back. I can't help but worry about him. Clearly, he's lying to me. Otto rarely shares his problems with anyone. Maybe Anna knows something. I should give her a call later. As I turn back to my front door, fiddling with my key to open it, a shiver runs down my spine. It feels as though there's someone breathing heavily down my neck. I turn around but find no one. With a deep breath, I unlock my door, giving the outside one last glance. I half expected there'd be that bull again, but it's just a gloomy sky as the rain begins to pour. I'm going insane. There we go, episode 1 of Cienie. I hope I managed to get through most of those names without too much trouble. It's always fun trying to do different languages. But yeah, this is definitely a very interesting Vienna. I've been further than this, so we have quite a chunk more to go in the story before we get to the current to be continued. And hopefully by that point they'll have caught up with us. We'll see what happens there. Just hope we didn't cause Otto too many problems, but I have a feeling those guys pretty much knew a lot of stuff anyway, so Anyway, we'll see what happens in the next episode. And speaking of next episodes, let me check the date. Yes, next weekend will be more Moonfire Seeker Saga, and after that it's either the new Infinite Space or more Burrows. I have to look at the schedule on that. If you didn't know, Ken's route in Burrows just got an update just recently, so we're going to go back into his route. We have to kind of make a major decision as to what's going to happen in that one, and we'll see where we go from there. And then at some point in the future, once we've caught up with Ken, we'll head back to Mark's route and be working on that one for a while. Also more Cienie is coming up, and something else which I think I've forgotten about, but we have some more stuff coming out. I'm keeping an eye on all of these VNs. But as always, I want to say thank you to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. Oh, very much appreciated, especially right now. Dentist bills. I was going to give a special mention to my top patrons: Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Bastian, Vika, Brian Hall, Gobers Visser, Dissonance, Zigzag, Riz, Harvest Mouse Productions, Zidek Orwell, Evan King, Kartek, Matt Kenya, Maris Avantes, Lark Huskerton, Greyloch, Addy Bear, Bulbers Need Coffee, Arahama Tarasu, Tiger Cup, Samuto, Spiderling, Rafu, and Omar. So thanks to them, and don't forget, it's as little as $2 a month. You can join the Patreon, support the channel, and also we have a Discord you can go and chat with, share pet pictures, and I'm trying to sort out some D&D stuff like that. I'm still working on an encounter. But yeah, there's fun things going on there. If you'd like to join, if you can't afford it, that's absolutely fine. And if you'd rather support one of these VN creators who I do the narrations for, go ahead. All these people could really use more help. It's not an easy job creating a VN. So any help you can give to them, that would be amazing. But that is it for now, until Moonfire Seeker Saga, which will probably be next weekend, or I might slip in the week. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be on the weekend. Anyway, there'll be more Cienie coming up in a while as well. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.